And we're back.
Sorry about that. Hans needed a break. I wanted him to go in and splash water on his face, get his act together.
Yeah. So what I'm saying about the draft, Bo, is that I feel like everybody gives Thomas a hard time, but I do feel like there has been a ton of injuries that we've had from guys that we've drafted high in the draft. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why that's confusing to you.
I haven't noticed.
Oh my God.
I haven't noticed.
Parade Jerry, Hageman, Collins. I mean, I can just go on and on and on.
But Hageman was, one of those guys you didn't know if you were going to draft anyway. We did it despite ourselves, and he was a problem.
Mike Johnson. I mean, every offensive line we ever had. Peter Kahns. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So, I mean, you draft these guys that you expect in the first and second round to contribute, and they get hurt all the time.
We got to do a better job checking their DNA.
My point is, Bo.
Did your daddy ever break his leg?
My point is, I'm not
just
saying.
In the interview process, does your mama drop dishes a lot?
In that case, genetically, you're at a disadvantage. I don't want him on special teams. I don't want him as a wide receiver.
No, we can't do it. You'll hurt yourself. And we'll look bad. So, no.
But I think you're wrong. I think the Falcons are back next year. I really do. I think there's a sense of urgency. I think they flip the switch this second half, and I think they win 10 or 11 games next year.
Let me tell you something. With the personnel we have, we could win 10 or 11 games.
No doubt.
But it's such a crapshoot because you don't know where Dan's at. You don't know how he's going to run camp. You don't know if he's going to start all over again or try to pick up from where we left off. He doesn't have any experience.
The T-shirts are in. Continuity. That's the T-shirt.
Yeah. We're
and Commonwealth continuity.
We're a Commonwealth all about continuity. In this room, in this locker room.
We laugh, but that's not too far off. No. I guarantee it.
No. It's already in his notebook. He's going through his list of words.
No, he's off at some Marine camp, learning about the military and what they do and how they lead men with the brotherhood. And he'll come back with whatever they're teaching.
Yeah.
Whatever. Weekend in the games. I read your commentary today. You like the Ravens over Tennessee, right? You like Kansas City over Houston. I think everybody's in agreement on that one. In the NFC, you like
San Francisco.
You like the 49ers over Minnesota. Some people think that's going to be a little bit closer.
49ers are a bitch, man. 49ers.
We beat them in their building. You want to question the Commonwealth. You know what? Shame on you, pal.
Hey.
Here you are telling me that this is the greatest team since sliced bread, and we went in there and beat their asses.
We have the personnel. We could do anything on any given Sunday. That was just one of those things where the moon and the stars coming together at the right time. And
moon and the stars.
Yeah, I mean, we're not conditioned to turn in that type of performance. We're not ready for anybody. I mean, we're the most poorly coached team in the league.
See, I think after the break, I think they made some great adjustments. I really do.
Yeah, what adjustments did they make? Like, starting practice at 1 instead of noon? What?
Well, on defense, they showed a lot more blitzes, right? They tried some different personnel out on the field.
A few more blitzes. Yeah. We're not a blitzing team by any shape.
I said a few more blitzes.
Well,
why you have to...
A few more. That means 3. Three from the
you
first.
You get so much hate in your heart, man, for the Falcons.
It's just so frustrating.
It is frustrating.
And no one knows. Arthur doesn't know, and he thinks he knows.
Well, what am I going to do? Am I just going to keep freaking, commiserating about how shitty it is? I think I'm going to be optimistic.
There's nothing to be optimistic about. Why would you be optimistic?
Because we went 6-2 on the back
if you
nine.
Know you're wasting your time.
6-2 after the break.
We've got 6-2 before for crying out loud.
And then we went to the Super Bowl the next year, led by Dan Reeves. In the Dirty Bird.
That was 98.
You know what I think I'm going to do tonight? I think I'm going to just lay in bed and I'm going to watch the 98 NFC Championship from start to finish.
Yeah.
And just really appreciate it.
No,
and
that's
relive
good.
it. And see if I don't see Mr. Bock there on the
Well,
sideline.
you will. You will. And have a good time with that.
That would leave me feeling good. That's what I need right now.
Homework. It's like homework. Since you weren't there, you should catch up.
I watched it. I was in Athens. But I was pretty far removed from.
Were you doing a Georgia game
No. I was a freshman in college.
in Athens?
No, I was visiting some friends in Athens. I was at a party.
Because I always thought you were a PhD, and I didn't know what university.
Oh, yeah. You have no idea how hard that I studied in college.
I know.
There was so much time.
Well, you went to a very rigid academic institution in Georgia Southern.
Especially back then. Now they got it easy. Back then, you really had to buckle down if you wanted to.
Let me tell you something. You couldn't leave Statesboro without an A average.
That's why there's so many people still down
They're
there.
there. They're there for 8-9 years trying to get a degree.
You know, a lot of people love college. It's their best time. I hated college. I hated it. I hated being broke. Because in college, I mean, no money, no toilet paper. You want a glass of water. For those of us that drink water, go in there. There's no cup.
Yeah.
No,
I know. Oh, it's terrible. Training table would close on Saturday and Sunday. And I'd be with no money. They'd give us like $11, I think, for the weekend. I'd be with no money.
In Miami, what are you going to get in Miami for $11 back in 1924?
Well, in 1924, you had the Eden Rock. Go there for hors d'oeuvres and canapes.
Yeah.
Just take them.
Oh, I'm sorry. But no, I didn't get the whole college thing, man. But what was I going to say with this? Had the SEC football. But real quick before we get into the game, how about Mike Leach going to Mississippi State?
I think it's great.
That's awesome, man. I wanted him to get the Ole Miss job.
Conference.
And then you got him and Kiffin, right there in Mississippi.
Right. We finally come off that good old boy culture that we've had in the SEC. Yeah. Well, Mike Leach.
He's going to fit in perfect, though. I mean,
they'll love him over there. Yeah. He'll win games.
And they'll win games.
Yeah.
He'll get a quarterback. They'll fling that off. That's the worst thing that could have happened to Sam Pittman at Arkansas, by the way, because the only chance Arkansas had of even moving up a peck in the SEC West is if Mississippi State or Ole Miss fall on their face. They go out and hire Lane Kiffin and freaking Mike Leach. Right. That's not happening. Sam Pittman is set up to fail. What are they going to do? They're going to leapfrog LSU and Jimbo at Texas A&M and Auburn and Nick Saban? No, they're the new Vanderbilt. That's crazy how that's happened to Arkansas in such a short time.
It is.
Just like that.
Arkansas was a great football institution, boy.
I mean, Petrino fell off a motorcycle, and that was it.
Jeez.
With his lady friend. And he's still married. How he pulled that one off is beyond me.
Yeah.
I guess he's just so charming, she didn't want to leave him.
Run pass option.
God, he's such a freaking
what a turd.
Oh, I can't stand that guy. But yeah, Mike Leach, that's going to be some entertaining. Think of all the great coaches you have in the SEC now.
That's who Richard McKay gave us as a head coach, by the way.
Well, he saw something in him, and Jim Mora had his playbook.
That's what I'm talking about. Like Arthur, Rich McKay, those guys, many more over there. They're just out of the mix. They're out of context. They don't know.
Well, that's why they brought in Pioli, because Pioli's in the know. He came from New England. He knows what's going on.
He's another one. He's a mic jockey.
Is he still employed?
No,
because he's doing TV, right?
Yeah, he left. I think he thought he was going to get the Jets GM job, and that's why he resigned from us.
What do you think about the Jets? You think Darnold's a quarterback?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I can't make up my mind.
I was surprised he came back and had the games he had this year. It looked like he was coming on.
I'd like to see them do well for once.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I really would. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I just feel like that fan base, they're pretty loyal. I mean, Jets fans are loyal bunch,
Yeah.
and they have just been Cleveland. I could give two craps about because that's all self-inflicted.
Yeah. Yeah. But Cleveland's going to be here next year and the year after.
They still don't have a coach, do they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I wonder what they're waiting for. Probably some of these teams that are in the mix to lose a game and probably snab one of their coordinators. I could see that.
Who knows? You never know.
You never know. You never know. Hawks, Wizards tonight. By the way,
Yeah.
a pick. A pick. The Hawks are not an underdog tonight on the road. It's a pick. No Bradley Beal for the Wizards. Maybe a chance to steal one. I think the Hawks win tonight.
They looked good last night.
Yeah, except for the first quarter when they didn't double team Harden.
Yeah.
That cost him the game. You give up 23 to him in the first quarter, and you don't double team, and you're running out Cam Reddish. And it doesn't matter who you're calling out. Nobody's going to play him one-on-one. You got to have help.
It's just like pulling teeth, though, when you need a basket. You know, it's just there's no one to go to.
Well, the other thing, real quick, what I was talking about with the helping that I don't understand is when they finally called a timeout and they said, okay, well, we got to send some help over. They started sending Collins over, who was guarding P.J. Tucker or whoever the hell P.J. Tucker's man. If you're going to send help, you send help with the guy who can't shoot.
Who can't hurt you?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't send P.J. Tucker. So they were helping, leaving Tucker wide open for three. That was piss poor coaching, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like that was I didn't understand that, and I'm starting to see some things like that. And who knows? Maybe these kids just have no freaking idea how to play basketball.
Well, you'd like to have him you'd be. I'm a big fan of Lloyd Pierce, but you'd like to see him be a little more stern. A little more emphatic.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Especially with a young team. They've got to be yelled at a little bit.
I think so. I think you're absolutely right. Some of this, the other night when we played Denver and Jokic.
We're just so cavalier with the ball. God.
And Jokic had what, like 49 or whatever? And we just kept letting him shoot.
Yeah.
Fernando and Lim were just going, yeah, go ahead, just shoot it. I mean, come on. I would say, if he hit the first one and you did that, and he came down and you didn't come out on it again, you would not play the rest of the game. I don't care who you are. That is ridiculous.
No, I agree.
He was just, So, but with that being said, it's nice to see Herter playing well. He's been much better.
And I hope this is him. Because he still looks like he's getting goosed with a poker. With that wide-eyed lung.
And then he looks like somebody's always taking over his body. It's like he's got no control over. The one thing about him that he's got to get in his game, he's got to get just a straight up mid range jumper because he's got that three. He's got great range. He can get to the rack. He's got a floater. He's got a turnaround.
Right.
But when he comes off that 3-point line and he steps in, the elbow,
and foul line extended.
I don't think I've ever seen him hit one of those. He back irons every one of them.
Yeah. You can see him going up and thinking.
Yeah, like this is too close for me. And it's a tough shot.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him hit that. I don't know. I'm just excited for once we're finally getting our guys out there all together. And you can see it starting to pay off with some of these guys. Except for Reddish. I'm so sick of watching him shoot. Take it to the basket.
I can't figure out what's going on with Cam Reddish.
He's 19.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same thing because he looks like he's 30.
Well, he just doesn't show up.
It's the easiest.
He's just not in the picture.
Man, the one game against Dallas, I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Dallas, where he was taking it to the basket and he was finishing and running in transition. Why doesn't he do that all the time? I mean, Trey would get him freaking 5 layups a game.
That's what we should be doing.
He's hanging out at the 3-point line.
With the type of talent we have,
gotta run.
We should be like squeezing all the athleticism out of the gym that we can. Just run. Especially with Trey, like you say, dealing the ball.
Yeah.
And especially with guys like Cam Reddish who can run like that, and DeAndre Hunter, and I mean, the entire squad is like that, except for Alex Len, of course.
It's not like you're giving up anything on defense. You're giving up 145 points every night, so
Right.
shit.
Right.
You know?
And Len, he's got that trick where you throw him the ball, and he tries to catch it with his knuckles. You know, God sakes, catch one under there.
See, I think he's like Willie Mays compared to Fernando.
Well,
Fernando is just, I've never seen anybody that can't catch a basketball.
yeah.
The game we went to, the first play of the game, Fernando's standing over in the corner for a three. The first play of the game. Trey throws a no-look pass to him over in the corner just because you know Trey, if somebody pops a red towel, he's got to throw a no-look pass.
Mm-hmm.
And Fernando's standing there like this, and the ball goes right by him and out of bounds. And I'm thinking, like, what is he looking at? What is he, you know, has he got some kind of condition?
Happened to me.
Just...
In high school, and my high school coach was pissed at me. So finally,
I
it
can
was
see
not
that.
giving me any time. You know, it's like he disregarded me at practice. He said, you know, Bock, they're in there. So I go in, and I'm in the right corner. Paul D'Ambrosio coming down court. Sit down, Willie. Sit down. So that was like, then I was in the doghouse for another month.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I lived in the doghouse.
I mean, you've got to, those are all learning lessons, you know, guys have to go through and realize that when you're in there, you're on at every moment. You got to be ready to go at the drop. When you look at the NBA game today and you look at the quickness, and it's actually mind-boggling.
I don't know how you defend any of these guys, especially now where you can't hand check them and they can take that extra step. I don't know how you defend any of them. I don't. Period. I mean, that's why there's, I think, is a big reason why the scoring is so out of control.
Some great athletes, there's no doubt.
Looks like Westbrook is about had it in Houston. Did you watch him last night?
I did.
Yeah, he's just
What do
sitting.
you mean?
He's sitting at the end of the bench by himself. You know.
No, but he was all excited about that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was.
But with
he
his
was
teammates,
pumped
I think he's ready to go. That's
well, you know what? I was noticing the body language between him and Harden, and it's still pretty good. I mean, those guys seem to be getting along fine. That doesn't seem to be a problem.
yeah. That's tough.
But don't forget, you know, Russell is a 30-30 guy, you know, and he should be getting more ball. It may not be the right fit, you know,
Right.
for him.
Yeah, somebody put it on. I forgot where it was that the Hawks should trade for him. They've got the money.
No.
It would, no freaking way.
No.
No way
I
he'd
love
trade.
Russell Westbrook. But you don't do something like that. This team is coming up together.
Can't do anything.
You don't do that. You don't jumble the planning process. You don't have one old guy and the other. You know, that's what happens to a lot of teams. That's what happened to us in the past trying to rebuild.
See, I think now if you're watching the games, it's just now starting to get really fun because you got the guys coming back from injury and suspension, and they're finally getting to play with each other.
Right.
And you're finally, as a fan, you're saying, okay, well, maybe we can win with this if we add this, and this, and this guy can't play. They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
The Hawks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but frustrating in that we can't make a shot when we need it.
What'd you think of Anthony Edwards the other night? I thought he cost him the game against Kentucky. I thought he was too erratic. He was shooting way too much, way too many three-pointers.
It was too much too soon for him.
Yeah, I think he was amped up having Trey on the floor.
21 scouts in the room. You know, big deal, everything. You know, I think it was just too much.
Yeah.
It's a kid.
Yeah, but you could tell when he took it to the rack, man, and people were making contact and everything.
Well, you could see, you know, the moments he had, your eyes lit up.
Right. Yeah, that dunk at the end. I mean, that he's going to be big time.
Yeah,
He's going to have to
think so.
wheel it in. I think he's going to be the number one overall pick. And I'll say this: I think he cost him the game because I think he took too many threes when they were moving the ball. I like this Georgia team. I really do. They're freaking big.
I agree with you.
They're big.
Yeah.
They're tough. They got a point guard. They got a go-to guy.
Yeah.
They got a coach who's been in the tournament before. I think if they get in the tournament, I think they can win some games. I do.
Oh, I think they're very dangerous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. absolutely. And they're getting better, as the weeks go along.
Who's their next game? Who they got? Auburn? I'm curious.
I don't know.
I know you were bummed.
I
You
think
couldn't-
Auburn. Yeah, I think Auburn.
You
yeah.
couldn't see the Tech game the other night.
No.
What's
I didn't
the deal
have
with
the
that?
ACC network. I don't know.
I got it. So I got Hulu. I cut the cord. So
Oh,
I
you
had that.
did?
Yeah.
You recommend that?
Oh, Bo. So we get.
I paid $282 a month.
That's
for
why we got
cable.
rid of it. So I get internet through AT&T for I think it's $58 a month, but it's top line.
Yeah. Oh, is it better than this?
It's better
'Cause
than
this
this.
is AT&T, and everybody at home.
But then we've
really-
got Hulu, Disney Plus, every damn app you could ever want. I mean, every one of them. And I don't.
Yeah, but isn't it a pain in the neck?
It takes a while to get used to. Definitely takes a while to get used to.
I don't have the. I don't have the.
You can
patience.
save a lot of money. Think about what you could do with $150 these days.
I'm just thinking about. I'll just switch to Comcast, get top of the line internet, and $70 for 2 years, a month. For
That's
2
just
years.
the internet.
Compared to two. No, that's cable service.
Who does it?
It's a promotion right now for Comcast.
But that's who you have.
No, I have AT&T Uverse.
Oh boy. Anyway,
Yeah.
they screw
Yeah.
you with that.
No.
So you didn't get to see the Tech game the other night. Tech hung in there. Boy, Tech's big. They got like 3 guys that are over 6'10".
Yeah.
And they just rotate them in and out. They're really big.
I was down on him a little because I didn't know enough, and there was so much nonsense going on around him. I kind of was like losing my enthusiasm for him. But Paston does a pretty good job.
You think so?
I think.
I haven't seen enough of their games yet.
Look, every year they're coming out of a hole, and they come with a representative team.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not that hung up on. We got three seconds here on the show before we got to go. So, is there anything you want to say before we go?
I just want to wish everybody, God bless. May your journeys be safe.
Georgia Auburn Saturday, by the way.
Thank you, L. Duncan.